Welcome everybody back to another official podcast episode of Byte-Sized Balance. I'm your host, Tavis. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all comment. We got a lot of great content today. I have a family member of mine. It goes by the name of Brandon. Brandon is his name. He is a IT security analyst. I got the title right, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah, for governments. And like I said, today we're just gonna dip into a lot of knowledge on how to get into the field, a lot of tips and tricks to the trade that a lot of newcomers need to hear. This is actually our had a couple technical difficulties the last time we shot, so this is a double take for y'all. But at the same time, we're gonna give you all the information that y'all need, so y'all know how to move out here in these IT streets. Brandon, how about you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, man?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I've been in IT for almost, I'd say around like 10 to 11 years. Been in the cyber field for, I'll say, 4 to 5 years. I started out like early in my career as like a printer technician right out of tech school. And from there, I learned how to like network printers, scan to emails, like using the SMTP information, SMTP, let's scan the email feature
Yep.
from a printer to a email inbox. So that's like my first tinkering with IT. I then went on to my first workstation technician role for Durham Public Schools back in 2006. And from there, shout out to DPS,
Yep.
got that job. And from there, it's just been onward and upward. And it's been a fantastic journey. And I can't wait to let you guys know how to get there and what to do to get where you need to be in cyber.
Nice, man. Yeah. And for those of y'all watching, Brandon, he actually was one of the people that initially encouraged me to get into IT and cyber. He recommended the first certification he recommended get was Security Plus.
Yep.
And shortly after gaining that, I was actually teaching school at the time. And shortly after gaining that, I got my first IT technician role with another local school system. Shout out Johnson County Public Schools,
There you go.
where I started off at. And it's just for the same thing for me. It's been a upward progression ever since.
Yep.
But let's just dip into a little bit of your background here. I
Yeah.
know you from Bertie County,
Yes, sir.
rural part of North Carolina. Shout out to the 252.
Yep.
Okay. So let's just tell me about some of the challenges you face coming from a rural background and breaking into tech, and how some people in that environment, how they can further their skill sets and learn other things.
Yeah, so I don't mean to tell my age, but
Yeah.
back when I was around back in the late to I'll say mid 90s, early 90s, it wasn't like a lot of tech going on like back in the country. If we had a computer, it was either like in school, and some of us were fortunate enough to actually have a PC in the house. So I was one of those ones. My parents bought a old, I ain't gonna say it was old now, but back then a new compact Presario PC. And my parents, when my dad gave me the liberties of actually putting it together, and the monitor, the keyboard, the mouse. And then we had this old 56K modem where you use dial up. The internet was so freaking slow, it didn't make no sense. It was like prehistorically slow.
Yeah.
That's how my initial, hands-on got like familiar with tech. Then we had like school labs, the computer labs. We played little games. Back then, it wasn't like a lot of surfing the internet. You had Netscape and Netscope and Windows, like Microsoft Office, Word, Excel that we used to dibble and dabble with, keyboard in class. So
What was the game you said? Oregon Trail,
Oregon
right?
Trail,
Yeah.
Oregon Trail with a little green men, and you gotta try to hunt and all do what you gotta do to survive the Oregon Trail. It's on a IBM, a DOS operating system.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of, it wasn't a lot, it wasn't a lot of like tech, but I knew eventually that I wanted to get into the field.
Yeah.
And I had peers also that wanted to get in the IT field as well. So for what it's worth, it was challenging because we didn't have the overall like tech atmosphere,
Yeah.
the resources per se, but we had the drive and the ambition, and that in itself is what drove a lot of us, including myself, into tech.
Nice. Do Compaq still make computers?
I don't think so.
I don't think they do
I
either.
don't
Yeah,
think
I
so.
ain't seen a Compaq computer
I
in a
haven't heard of
while.
nothing about a Compaq. I think they died out like in the early 2000s or something
Yeah.
like that. It used to be Gateway and Compaq, and
Gateway made a quick little comeback here recently. I
yeah,
seen a couple of their laptops
yeah,
out there, but
yeah, yeah.
Compaq, I ain't seen one of them unless you see one like in an old computer lab or something like
Right,
that. You ain't gonna
right.
see them.
Yeah, it was an old one. It had a large like CPU case. Like it was about big as I don't know, get out. Like it was huge.
Yeah.
At the time, back in the early to mid 90s, like if you had one of those, you were lit.
It was the
Because
latest and greatest
it was the
then.
latest and greatest.
Yeah.
So I can remember trying to search, like getting an email from AOL.com and the You Got Mail
Yeah.
dial up, man, to come up, and it was a lot of chat going on, like chat rooms and stuff like that. You could chat with people like from here to Arizona or something like
Yeah.
that. So that was like the thing, like Yahoo Chat. That was the thing. So
Yeah.
it was real early. It wasn't that much going on back then. So that I had exposure to at the time, but
Yeah.
to even get that type of exposure was very fulfilling, to
Yep.
say the least.
Yeah, and I can second him on that because we had dial up at the house. For those of y'all, I got a lot of 18 to 24-year-old viewers,
Yeah.
and a lot of y'all probably don't remember dial up. Actually, like you couldn't be on the phone and the internet at the same time, and when it's connecting, it made like a loud. I still remember the noise that it would make, and yeah, man, that's how internet first started off. For back then, the late 90s, the early 2000s, before we got this high speed internet that we got today. But yeah, that's definitely good stuff right there. So you currently are a IT security analyst. A lot of people want to get into cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is the big buzzword right now. Even with the emergence of AI, people are saying cybersecurity roles are still going to be strong right now.
Absolutely.
Can you just go into your current role and what type of daily tasks you do on the day to day, and what it's like being an IT security analyst for a major school system?
Yeah, so all in all, man, my role, I'm like the jack of all trades, master of none. Majority of my role, I'll be honest with you, is about influence. You got to be like a used car salesman. And I know that sounds crazy, but you got to try to persuade people to patch their systems.
Yeah.
You got to tell people about security awareness, why it's important to not click that link in that email.
Yeah.
So all in all, in my role, I do a lot of security awareness. I do a lot of patching of systems using Rapid7 vulnerability management, scanning systems, using the CVSS scoring system, whether the system is based on what the score is, or it could be a high vulnerability, but it depends on the business case. If we scan the system, will the business owner be okay with that system being down because of the vulnerability? So it's a lot of persuading. It's a lot of hand in hand, because you gotta be willing to do a lot of compromising, because you don't want to take the business down, but then too, you don't want to have that vulnerability out in the wild for so long, where if you get hit, then your whole system is at its knees.
Yeah.
So do a lot of vulnerability management, security awareness. I work with, let me take that back. The team that I own, we have a vulnerability guy, but I work with him on like vulnerability management.
Okay, nice.
We do a lot of like software security reviews, and what that is, and this is a big thing in tech. So a lot of companies now are integrating third parties in their environment for their tools. So with that being said, you got to be able to check those third parties to make sure that their stuff with their technologies is up to date with your current environment. If they get hit with a vulnerability on their side, more likely you're gonna get hit. They have a big vulnerability and they get it. If it's not mitigated in time, you can get the same vulnerability hit your environment, and then before you know it, that third party done screwed up your whole business. So it's a lot, but all in all, if you come with a mind that you want to stay curious and that you want to have ambition and drive, you'll do great. But all in all, like I said, you got to learn in this role. You can't be stagnant. You got to learn. Like head down, foot to the ground, learn.
Yeah. And yeah, man, and this I second you on that. There was a lot of good stuff you were talking about, especially about prioritizing business needs and vulnerabilities,
Yep.
because you'll go to a company and they may have legacy systems
Yep.
running on a device, but it might be something that they need for business processes. So you
Yep.
can't just patch it or update it when it's something that's probably not even supported anymore. So
Yep.
that's definitely a big part in when you patching systems, knowing what's important to the environment so it won't affect business processes.
And a lot
You
of
know.
and to jump on that, a lot of these companies, they're not giving up these legacy systems because
Yeah.
it's basically like the backbone of how their business run.
Mhm.
So you got to come in with a way of how can I say this?
Mitigate it.
Mitigate,
Yeah.
mitigate it, hide it,
Yeah.
so it won't even get exposed.
Yeah.
So it's and you'll be surprised these companies, big tech companies that have these legacy systems, it's a
Yeah.
lot,
Yeah.
a lot. So they need people in there to understand these legacy proprietary systems. So you have to learn these systems hands down.
Yeah, man. And
Yep.
yeah, like he was saying, man, a lot of people that a lot of companies that y'all may think are running the latest and greatest, every company got some legacy systems that they
Yep.
running somewhere in the background
Yep.
that's they're dependent on it,
Yep.
and it's important to their environment and they need to shy away from it, but at the same time they need it for business processes. So all you can really do is bring it to their attention, and like he said, mitigate it the ways you can, network segmentation,
Yep.
firewalls and stuff like that. You can monitor it and to see exactly what's going on it and just keep your eye on it, really. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
all great stuff right there.
Absolutely.
So talk about security awareness, man, and talk
Yeah.
about the end users. Talk
Yeah.
about how important it is to keep your end users educated
Yeah.
on exactly what's going on in the environment and what and how your role really relates to that.
Yeah. So all in all, man, what I learned about security awareness is the humans is like, how can I say this? So the humans in your environment, they're as strong as you let them. What I mean by that is
Yeah.
they are your human firewall.
Yeah.
So you have to teach them how to protect your company. And security awareness is more than just, oh, this is a phishing simulation and you tried to trick me. And now I feel like I'm being tricked every time I see a phishing email
Yeah.
from Know Before or Proofpoint or whatever the company is. The thing with security awareness is to educate, is to give end users the wherewithal and the knowledge to, if they were to see some type of social engineering or phishing email or business email compromise or whatever sort type of attack, that they would know what to look for in those type of attacks. And so it's all about educating the end user. In my current role, we run phishing simulations like once a month. And I get some positive remarks, but I get a lot of negative too, because they think we're trying to trick them. But at the end of the day, we're just trying to educate them. We're not really trying to trick them or make them feel less than. We just don't want them to fall in the trap of a phishing attack.
Yeah.
So, all in all, if you get into this role in cyber, think about becoming a security awareness administrator. There are companies out there that want people, especially you come from like an educational background or like communications or marketing, they need people to educate the end users on cyber attacks. All in all, it's all about finding a great platform. Know Before is a great one. That's the one I'm more familiar with. And they have like great phishing templates that they use. It's easy to set up, and they have like phishing campaigns. They have security awareness training that you can do, whether your flavor of the month is. So if you want to learn something about ransomware, you can put out a ransomware awareness video. If you want to learn about social engineering, you can put out to your group a social engineering security awareness video. They got gamification. So if you want to learn like a fun side of cyber, you can give your people like a gamification type model where they can play a game and learn at the same time on cyber. So it's a lot, but it's very fulfilling. And it's you're gonna get some pushback
Yeah.
because they think you're trying to trick them and make their life miserable. But they need to understand that you only as weak as your people.
Yeah.
So you have to maintain that human firewall, no doubt.
Yeah, and I agree, man. Cause
Yeah.
like you said, they feel like you're trying to trick them, but that's what the attacker's gonna
They're
do.
gonna do.
They're gonna make the stuff look real
Yep.
and throw in keywords. Like one I seen recently, I was doing some research. There's like a salary bonus attack.
Yep.
They was getting people saying, "Here's some information about your salary," or if you're
Yep.
talking about money or something like
Yep.
that. Or
Yep.
I seen like the gift card ones, all
Gift
type of
cards are very
stuff. Yeah,
popular.
people, your brain is just gonna react to that as
Yep.
a reward. So you just gotta set them up to be prepared for that type of things. It's great though, because the more y'all do it, the more they know what to look for.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Especially with this AI, they are very sophisticated in crafting these emails.
Yeah.
They look very real. These attackers are now getting very sophisticated in how they push out these phishing emails. They use a lot of sense of urgency. And like I said, like they put money out there. They know people, hey,
Yeah.
PayPal sent me this email. They're gonna give me $1,000 if
Yeah.
I fill out this survey.
Yeah.
You know, who ain't gonna turn down $1,000 from
Yeah.
PayPal? Heck yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And before you know it, you done got fished, and now your whole organization done got hit probably with a ransomware attack
Yeah.
because you hit that email that you thought that's from PayPal and it really wasn't. So looking at the URLs, looking at the email headers, those things matter when you come to these phishing emails. So just be aware of that.
Yeah, man. That's all good stuff. And this is
No
somebody
doubt.
who's living in the world, guys.
Yep.
Everybody that's watching. He
Yep.
does this stuff on a daily basis.
Yep.
And he's telling you, you're hearing it right here from him of exactly what to look for inside of your environment. That's great stuff right there.
Yep.
We touched on this a little bit, but I was going to say, from your experience, what is the biggest threat organizations face today when it comes to cybersecurity?
Man, the biggest threat. I got to go back to the question before, man. Educating your people.
Yeah,
Like
that's all. Yeah, exactly.
you
Them
got,
end users,
I
boy.
remember when I was, where was I? It was right before COVID in 2020. And then that's when the world shut down. And I was between jobs at the time. And I got hit up with Robert Half as a contractor because the city of Durham got hit with a daggone ransomware attack. And they needed someone to put their systems back online. And so the story was told that someone from the city of Durham clicked the phishing email. And if they would have had the education and the knowledge not to click that email, the attack probably never would have happened.
Yeah.
That is a real world thing that happened. You can Google it. Google City of Durham cyber attack. It happened. And so being like educated on what a phishing email is, and not even a phishing email, you got phishing, voice phishing. Someone could call you on the phone and think it could be a family member and they can scam you. That happens to a lot of older people. So your older people out there, your grandparents, check up on them, make sure they ain't getting these phishing. Then you got smishing. That's basically from texting. You get a text and it could be a phishing via text message. I get those all the time. Someone from the DMV hitting me up about your DMV.
I get them a lot too.
Your DMV is late. Please click this link and pay your taxes and your tags on your car. And I'm like, wait a minute, I already done that already. Why are you sending me an email, a text? So these, like I said, they're very sophisticated, these attacks. And so your users, your end users, your family, everyone needs to be aware and be thoughtful of these emails. I know people are quick. Right now, we live in a right now society.
Yeah.
Everybody wants things like microwave and fast. So sometimes you got to slow down and realize what are you getting? Like, what are you receiving in the emails and texts?
Yeah.
Because they're gonna keep pushing it out until they find one. They're not stopping.
Yeah.
This business is $1 million business with ransom
entire teams.
And teams. They got payroll. They got marketing.
HR department.
HR departments.
Like, dang.
They got full-blown enterprises.
Yeah.
And they are preying on weak people so they can get that money, and they ain't stopping. So just be mindful out there, man. Be mindful. And if you're gonna be a blue teamer, it's a great field. So they need people on the offense to protect. You got to be on that mindset, no doubt.
Yeah, man. Because these attackers, man, a lot of people think when they think hackers, they think that's people just running code and getting in the system. They just looking for the tiniest person to make one little mistake.
That's it.
And that's how they get in. It's not even, if you really look at a lot of these reports, it's like they had an Amazon bucket that was like unsecure or something like
Yeah,
that,
I
or they
remember
had
that.
like, or it's just like a phishing email, or
Yep.
like he said, a lot of them attack vectors he was talking about, somebody that's logged in at the wrong time, and
Right.
boom, and once they get in, they know how to pivot and all of that.
And
Yeah.
they do a lot of reconnaissance. Like they look at your LinkedIn, see where you
Mhm.
work at. They see who your family members are. If you're a CEO, you're like, who's your family? So they do their research on who to attack. This ain't
Mhm.
like some random. They really dig in and see who they want to hit, and they try to find any weak link they can exploit, and boom, they're gonna try it. I've seen it, and they do it. Trust.
Yeah, man, that's all good stuff. Like
No
you
doubt.
said, it all comes down to, you can have all the, I be telling people, you can have all the technical controls you want in place.
Yep.
You can have firewalls, you can have IDS, SIM,
Yep.
SOAR, all that
Yep.
stuff. But all it takes is that one person to put their password in and get their credentials, and boom, your whole
Yep.
network down. Ransom. Hey.
And I'll be honest, Travis, because your password is available in the dark web.
Yeah.
The dark web has probably everybody's password, like everybody's. Somebody has been hit one way or another, and that is like for sale to the highest bidder.
Yeah.
So whoever has the most Bitcoin, that's gonna get the most access to the most username and passwords for a Fortune 500 company, and they're gonna go hunt,
Yeah.
and that's just facts.
Yeah, man.
That's facts.
So y'all stay educated. Y'all stay. I know everybody ain't in the technology field, but even those of y'all who aren't in the technology field,
Yep.
man, make sure y'all know these type of attack vectors that these attackers are using.
Yep.
Make sure y'all keeping the older people in y'all family educated on exactly what to look for. Just like he was saying, they
Yep.
calling people and all type of stuff. So
Yep.
it's always good to stay up to date on that information.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna pivot into our next question here. So I know certifications are big inside of IT security. So I wanted to get your take on which cybersecurity certifications are most valuable for people trying to get into the field. And I want to get your take on A plus again as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So for the cyber, for me, it's you know what I'm saying. It's got to be Security Plus. I don't work for CompTIA.
Yeah.
I'm not a sponsor for them, but to me, if you want to like even like smell cyber, to me, get the Security Plus. When I first started, so I'm gonna get a little journey. When I first started in the tech, I didn't have no certifications. Like I just started at the help desk level with during public schools. I had a
Mhm.
manager, Paul Majumi, shout out to Paul. He believed in me at the time, and I was nervous as heck because I didn't know nothing about IT.
Yeah.
So I started and I did the help desk thing, and I was like 2 years into that. I said, you know what? Let me get this A plus. You know what I'm saying? Because I never had a cert before
I thought you
anyway.
had A plus before you went there. Hey,
No,
okay.
no. I started with no certs, just
Yeah.
straight, just off a whim. Because I had the mechanical knowledge, but I didn't
Yeah.
have the IT knowledge.
Yeah.
He put me on. I got the A plus, and I'll be honest with you, people. That A plus was a gauntlet because it covered like everything underneath the secure, like the umbrella. It covered networking. It covered mobile devices. It covered security, hardware,
Mhm.
software.
Mhm.
It covered everything. And it was 2 exams. And at the time, it was the 800 and the 900, I think it was. I can't remember, it's been so long ago. But it was like 2 exams I had to take. It was like the 900 series. And but when I got those certs, I was like ecstatic because I knew I had that step of approval in the help desk realm. Like I knew I could go into any job at that time and say, okay, I have my A plus now.
Yeah.
And back then, it's the market right now is so crazy, but
Yeah.
back then, you get an A plus, you could get like any tech job back
Yeah.
then. It's different now, but
It
then
is.
that's all you really needed was the A plus. And so I got the A plus. I didn't get no other certs until I wanted to pivot into cyber. And a friend of my wife, I mean my cousin, a friend of my my wife's cousin. He was working at the military base, and I was like, man, like, what you got to do, you know what I'm saying, to get into cyber? And he was like, hey, man, I'll be honest, man, you get that Security Plus. And I was like, all right, bet. And when I got into that Security Plus, I'm not gonna lie to you, I felt like a fish out of water. I was thinking to myself, what the heck is this? What is this talking about? So I studied and I failed it like the first time. Like it was like devastating. I'm like, dang, this is harder than what I thought. Right before COVID or during COVID, I hunkered down and like really studied the material. And you can test this too, because when you actually study that Security Plus,
it's stuck in your brain.
It's stuck.
It is.
It's stuck. It's stuck, man. It sticks. It's one of those exams like you really can't rush it.
Yeah.
You got to kind of actually learn it.
Yeah.
And once you learn it, it can't be taken away from you if that make any sense. You have this security mindset in everything you do in life, and it's in tech. So
Yeah.
I would say Security Plus.
Yeah.
Now, for me personally, there are other certs out there.
Would you say skip A plus? Yes or no?
Oh, no, that's debatable.
Yeah.
I know I hear some people say skip it. Some people say just go right to the help desk. Me personally, I know a lot of people, a lot of tech say, me personally, I say yes.
Okay, yeah.
Me personally, if you trying to get into the field, it's not really, doesn't hurt.
It don't. Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It can only do but help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people say you don't need it, just jump right into the help desk. That is true, but it's not gonna hurt you either by learning the material.
It's not. Yeah.
So to each his own. I've known people that never took it and were very successful. I know people that did take it and that were also successful.
Yeah.
I know people that didn't take it. They wish they would have took it.
Yeah.
And all in all, it's all in your own personal preference. I'm not here to make nobody take it. I'm just going on my own personal experiences.
Yeah.
So I say yes. And then and I'm gonna say one more thing about certs, man. A lot of this stuff really come from experience, man.
Yeah.
Certs just, in my opinion, certs, it's kind of like a HR filter.
Yeah, that's what they are. Yeah.
HR says, okay, he has certs. You have to learn to apply that knowledge during these daggone interviews, and you got to know what you're talking about. I just not too long ago got the CISA Plus, and I'll tell you,
I'm studying that now.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, man, that CISA is great. It's great if you're trying to be like that SOC analyst. It's a great cert, but in all, you're gonna have to learn this hands-on blue team, vulnerability management, incident response, all that good stuff is what you're gonna have to know for that CISA Plus. Eventually, I want to get like the heavy hitters like the CISSP and the CISM. Those are on my radar, which I plan on taking in the future. But for all in all, get that experience. And as you grow in your career, get those certs as you progress.
Yeah.
Because in this field, you continually have to learn. There's no days off.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's big. And I don't have the A plus for everybody, even though y'all can see where all the places that I work. If y'all go to my LinkedIn, and I never had the A plus, but I did land a help desk job earlier on in my career, and that taught me a lot of the A plus knowledge. And but it is sometimes when I go back and it's a certain stuff that's in that A plus material that I may need to go back and study up on because I never took it. I feel like it's definitely good knowledge in there. Even if you don't take the test, at least scan through some of the material to at least know what you're talking about.
I agree
with that A plus. Yeah,
agree.
definitely. But like he said, is it needed? No. But like he said, it's not going to hurt you if you do want to take it.
Yeah, and just like you said, Tavis, I did it for the Network Plus. I didn't. I prepared like I was gonna take it, but I never took it. But I studied for it. So even if you like study for it, you gonna take it, you at least have the knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna hurt, not at all. I do that a lot. I do that a lot. Do that a lot.
So we're gonna jump right into the next question, and you just touched on this. So talk about how should someone balance certifications with world experience? So certs versus hands-on experience.
That's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
To me personally, and I'm just talking about, I've been in the field for almost 10 years. Been in cyber for like almost 4. Experience trumps everything, man. being in the trenches, actually doing the work, it means everything. To me, cert is just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
The experience is the actual cake. So gaining that actual hands-on knowledge, whether you labbing, whether you doing some type of internship, whether you just doing some type of technical blog, or whatever it is, learning the actual what you're trying to do, it means like everything, especially if you're trying to get a job.
Yeah.
They want to see if you actually done the work.
Yeah.
Because these employers, they looking for someone, they have a void and they need a need. So they want someone to come in and fill that void. So having that experience is worth the while, in my opinion. Now, I will say this: once you ready to level up in your career and you got that experience, you know what I'm saying? That will level you up into the upper echelon to the career you want to be in.
Yeah.
To use myself as an example, like I said, I've been in cyber for 4 years. I just recently got the CISA Plus. So I'm looking to pivot up to a higher role later on, whether it be 2 years, 3 years from now. Like I'm looking to up the ante, so to speak. As you progress in your career, as you gain this knowledge, I saw this in a YouTube video back in the day. Get the knowledge, get the cert. Get the knowledge, get the cert. It's like a slinky going down a step. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's man, to be honest with you, it's all about the individual. It's all about, there's so many factors. The individual is about the experience. And in my opinion, experience trumps everything. And the certs is just icing on the cake. It's basically to let your employers know that you're willing to learn.
Yep.
And that's all it really says, and that you are up to date with the latest and greatest.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm gonna second one thing you said. And don't feel bad if you fail a certification.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Don't
because
do
these
it.
certifications not easy.
They're not.
They're not like my Security Plus. Yeah, I passed that on my first try, but a lot of certs I failed. I failed a lot of certs. I failed CCNA. I failed AWS. It's a lot of certs that I failed, but you just got to realize, like he's saying, even if you study for it and you don't pass the cert, that knowledge sticks with you. And another thing you said, experience trumps everything, because when we're talking about experience, when you're in these interviews, that's what they're asking you. They're asking you, tell me about a time that you.
Yep.
That's one of the main things that they like to ask. Tell me
Yeah.
about a time that you responded to an incident.
Yep.
Tell me about a time where you pat systems. Tell me about a time where you manage vulnerability management.
Yeah.
They don't want to just hear the book knowledge that's just telling you exactly what it is. They want to hear stories.
Yep.
They want to hear stories of exactly what you've done on the job, and that determines if they're going to hire you or not. So hands-on experience, like he said, even if you got a lab and speak to your labs in the interview, at least do that if you don't have the exact work hands-on experience, because at the end of the day, they want people who've already done this stuff.
Yep.
You
And
know,
that
in
is
today's
true.
market.
I've been on interviews
Yep.
where employers actually ask that exact question.
Yep.
Tell me a time when you did this.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason why they want to know,
Yeah.
reason why they want to know is because there's going to be a time when they go back to interview. You said you did this,
Yep.
and now we're counting on you to do it. So if you know you have never done it and you try to fake the funk,
Yeah.
it's going to come back to bite you in the butt.
It is. Yeah, so yeah, that's all good stuff right there.
Yep.
So networking in IT.
Oh,
How important is that? How important is having a group of people that you can reach out to? How important is to learn from other people inside of your organization while you are there and not be isolated into your own role? Tell me about that, because I know you said that's how you got your role now, right?
Yep. So I'm gonna there's 2 rules I'm gonna hit you up with right quick. Your network is your net worth,
Yep.
and don't ever burn bridges.
Yep.
Even if you had a bad outing with your previous employer, don't burn that bridge. Your network is your net worth. I cannot tell you how many times where I've ran into individuals that I've seen in the field that helped me to where I am today. Whether it's in a conference, whether it's getting a certification, whether it's a job opportunity. Prime example, in my current role, I started out as on the help desk. Let me tell you, I was in the help desk for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. I've been the help desk person for almost 6 years. I've been in the help desk for a minute. But how I was able to get out of the help desk was the team that I was on, my boss at the time, he let me be curious. And I said, I want to get into cyber. And I told him straight up, I said, the help desk is cool, but it's not where I want to be. And he set it up. He was like, you know what, Brandon, if you want to get into cyber, I'm going to help you. And he had it so I was able to work with the cyber team. And at the time, the information security cyber team at my job, it was only like 2 people. But the CTO was able to get 3 more positions added to the team. And so what I did was I bust tail, not even knowing that I wasn't working with the cyber team. I was doing tasks with the cyber team and doing my normal tasks. And that showed the cyber manager my ambition. And that's all you really need is ambition and the willing to learn. So when those positions became posted, I applied and I got the job. And it was other people that applied and didn't get the job. But because I had that drive and that initiative, and when I say drive, exactly it, like I was taking work home. I'm up 11, 12 o'clock at night doing forensic work on a Chromebook. I'm up studying. I'm up learning technical security jargon. So you have to put in the work and you have to show your people that you're willing to do it. And so finding someone in the job that if you're trying to like get in the field, this is for the people that's already in tech. If there's someone that, you know, a OG or uncle, whoever that you want to learn from, hey, just ask them.
Yeah.
Say, look, I want to get into this networking engineering role.
Yeah.
Like, how can you help me get into this role? I want to be a cloud engineer, or I want to be this project manager. I want to be this security analyst. Like, how can you help me? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to put you in a position because people love to share knowledge.
They do.
You do get some gatekeepers every now and then. It is some people that like to gatekeep. But if you find someone that's not like that, 9 times out of 10, they'll help you along the way.
Yeah,
So
majority of people.
don't be timid. Another thing too is if you're in these major cities, I don't know whoever's looking at this pod, you in like New York, LA, Charlotte, Atlanta, wherever, go to these conferences, go to these InfoSec cons, these cybersecurity summits, go to these conferences that are in their areas. A lot of these conferences have people there that are willing to help you.
Yeah.
They want to see young people, transitioners in the field. Pay the $100 or whatever, go to the conference and network. And when you network, you don't have to like go all out with a conversation. Just say, this is your first conference. What did you learn from the conference? Me personally, I'm an introvert, extrovert.
Yeah.
I talk, but sometimes I really don't like talking.
Yeah.
But if I'm really interested into something, I'm gonna talk.
Yeah.
If you see someone that you know you want to learn about and you want to learn about what they do, just ask them.
Yeah.
People love to brag on their
Worst they can tell you is no.
But people love bragging about what they do.
They do, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They do.
Yeah.
So stroke their ego a little bit. Be like, wow, how did you do that? How did you become a CISO?
Yeah.
Like, what do I got to do to be what do I have to do to become that? You will be surprised how many people just open up.
Yeah.
And I've had like many connections off of LinkedIn. I got a Pacific chat group with a company here in the RTP area.
Yeah.
And it's not even with my company, it's with another company. But me and my coworker, we are in their chat group. So we already talking about jobs that they have available. We got the inside scoop already.
Yeah.
And we ain't even with the company. And we met them at a conference. So I'm telling you,
your network is your net worth. It is.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Your network is your net worth. Do not be shy. It's if you're shy, I get it.
Yeah.
But don't be timid. Just go out there, be comfortable, be confident, and just talk.
Yeah.
Your network is your net worth. And never ever burn bridges. I'm telling you. Because you never know who's going to be at that next level in your career that you might need a favor from.
Yep. Yeah, that's great stuff right now, man. Networking is great.
Yep.
Networking, man, and even people that's not even only jobs, but like people who can lead you in the right direction when it comes to strategies on how to apply for jobs, strategies on how to make your resume look, strategies on there's people that just been in the field that know
Yep.
the little tips and tricks of the trade that they can share with you, and that knowledge is just valuable. Like you said, you don't want to be shy. If it's somebody at your job that you want to learn from, talk to them.
Yep.
Say, hey man, I want to get into network engineering. You mind showing me some of your stuff you do day to day? A lot of time they'll say, yeah, look, come over and let me show you, and they'll start pulling stuff up and letting you look at it and
Yep.
all type of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Most tech people, since they don't talk much anyway, when somebody does ask about their work, they're excited to show it.
Absolutely.
That's what I've seen.
Absolutely.
But closing up on these last two questions here.
Yeah, go for it.
So, career longevity and growth. What advice would you give to someone who wants long-term stability in cybersecurity?
Oh, man. There can be burnout in this field, but
Yeah.
I will say this. Stay curious. That's one thing that I hear all the time in these conferences. Stay curious. Stay willing to learn. Always become engaged. Listen to podcasts like this. Go to these conferences and just learn. And people think, okay, it's the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a thing, but you got to keep the money up.
Yeah.
So if you want to have like a specific type of lifestyle or whatever, you don't want to lose it. You got to stay in the game.
Yeah.
So maintain that drive. Me personally, I fell short where I lacked ambition in this field. It could get discouraging going on interviews. You think you got it. I'll be honest with you.
You gotta stay resilient.
You gotta
man.
stay resilient.
You got to.
I know a lot of these companies what I'm seeing now, especially because of the way the economy is shaped up.
Yeah.
A lot of these companies, man, they hiring from within. They like the people that they like externally, but they kind of homegrown in their own people, so they ain't got to pay much. And I'm seeing that a lot.
Hiring is crazy though right now.
It's
Like,
crazy.
you'll get to the
man.
third round in this.
It's
You
crazy.
pass the technical round, everything. And then it's like
so
something come up. Yeah. So
political. You thought you had the job.
yeah.
And then the recruiter call you and be like, yeah, we found someone that I had this one. I'm going to talk a little junk right quick.
Yeah.
I had this one interview and the job description didn't mention anything about management, like nothing. It didn't say
sometimes the job description don't match the actual role.
This guy, the job description ain't say crap about management.
Yeah.
In the interview, the people who gave me the interview, they didn't mention anything about a management.
Yeah.
I get the call from the daggone recruiter, and he's telling me, oh, yeah, they really like you, but we wanted someone with management. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's bogus.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, some of these employers, they don't even know what they want.
That's why you'll see the same job posting over and over again.
They're looking for a purple unicorn.
They're looking for a unicorn, yeah.
They're looking for a unicorn. It's really weird right now. I don't know what's going on. I wish I did.
Yeah.
People looking for that perfect candidate, and there's not such thing as a perfect candidate. Everyone has their flaws. So just be mindful of that. Don't get discouraged if you're looking in a role. It's going to take a little while longer. It used to be 6 months. Yeah. It used to be 3 months you can get a role.
Now it's pushing on
6 to 8 months. 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
It's 6 to 8 months. Yeah. I've had offers that I turned down because I didn't like the salary. I didn't like the benefits. And so that was my loss per se.
Yeah.
But I can be picky too.
Yeah.
So you can be picky. If it's something that you don't feel is right, don't jump at the first thing. You know, if you feel like you need to, you have the opportunity also, to interview the job. So it's wild out here. So I'm just telling all my peeps, don't get discouraged.
Yeah.
Don't give up. It's gonna be a ride. But don't give up.
Stay resilient.
Stay resilient.
Yeah.
Like I said, it used to be 3 months. I'll say it used to be 3 months right before around COVID. It used to be around 2021, 2022. It used to be 3 months. Now it's more like 6 to 8 months before you even get an opportunity to get a job, to be honest with you.
Because what happened was during COVID, these big tech companies overhired
Yeah,
because
they
everybody
overhired.
was at home.
Yeah,
And then so they hired a lot of people.
yeah,
And then they found out a lot of them people weren't doing nothing.
yeah.
Cats was making day in the life videos and all type of stuff like
Right.
that. Then they just start laying people off in waves.
Yep.
And then it was just like, now they more strict about it because they got to realize, okay, if we're going to be paying these people, we got to make sure that they doing something.
Yeah.
So now, because the filter went on that hard before that wave.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? At first, it was just like, all right, yeah, you did this and this. All right, we'll hire you. Now it's like, all right, we need specifics and you need to meet these exact criteria before we even offer you. Like,
Yep.
so that's why it's a little more meticulous now.
Yep.
But
Yep.
volume helps. Just keep applying. Make sure your resume is hitting. Keep your resume up to date. Like you said, continuous learning. You know what I'm saying? And just keep shooting. One gonna go in, man. Just keep shooting.
And I will say this: if you want to get your resume right, Tavo, hit them up.
Hey man, if you need a resume, hit the link in the description.
Hey,
okay, revamp your resume, man. I got
hey.
some templates out there, and I can't guarantee you'll land a role, but I can guarantee you'll get an interview though.
You will get
Like,
those
you know what I'm
interviews.
saying?
Your
Hey.
inbox will be popping.
Yeah.
It'll be popping more than what you think it would be.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I like to always end my podcast on this note because AI is the latest and greatest, man. AI is the new buzzword in technology and everything. And how would you say AI is affecting the cybersecurity and the IT environment right now in the world as a whole? And what's your take on AI?
Me personally, I love AI. I think it's a fantastic tool. I think it's something that's not going anywhere. But
Yeah.
I think AI can be very detrimental. I think if it's used incorrectly, I think it can do damage.
Yeah.
I know you said something about the AI thing on my Facebook, and I just look at it as like twofold.
Yeah.
Like I hear from experts inputting images and
Yeah. You got to be careful with it though. You do.
putting
know?
AI into an AI search engine. Okay, so all in all, man, kind of like you just feeding a computer. You're feeding it information. With AI, what people fail to realize is once that AI is into that model or that machine learning model, it can't be deleted. Once it's there, it's there. It's not like you can go back in the day and delete something and then go to the trash can and just hit delete and then it's gone.
Yeah.
With AI, once you input that data, whether it's PII, whether it's your facial recognition, whatever it is, it's there. So you have to be very mindful of how you use AI. Like I said, I use AI for my job constantly. It's a helpful tool. It gathers information very quickly.
Yeah.
It helps with research. But all in all, I think in my mind, I think it's gonna probably do more bad than good, in my opinion, because there's no type of guidelines, there's no guardrails.
They're gonna have to make laws to regulate that stuff.
Yeah,
because stuff, especially with the videos now and how real everything look, man, you can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
And it's early on right now, and wait till shoot.
when these learning
It's
models,
already you can't tell,
when
baby.
these learning models get very sophisticated and start to really learn and see how they do things day to day, gonna be something like these hallucinations. Sometimes the AI engines spit out a lot of slop.
Yeah.
Slop is basically false information.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
will
even
do that.
real. It's not even legitimate. That's why some of these things, I had a lawyer friend tell me, she was like, a lot of people, her firm are using AI and they're getting disbarred because they're using some of their stuff. They're not vetting their information. They're not vetting it. They're not checking it. They just put it in the chat GPT and thinking it's real.
Yeah, don't trust it just because
It's slop. It's called AI slop. It's not real. So just be mindful of that, especially you something in the law, in the legal field, or you in medical field. When you're dealing with these top tier fields like medical, lawyers, the law enforcement, government, you gotta be careful how you use this AI stuff. You really do.
Yeah. Yeah, man. AI, like you said, it can be a good tool if you're using it in the right way, but he's right. You want to be careful what you're putting into it. You saw the head of cybersecurity for CISA for the government. You saw that? He put like some government documents in it.
In AI.
Yeah, and they dinged him for that. I'm like, yo, we got the top cybersecurity man in the United States.
Yep.
And he put his information in there. Like,
right. I would never do that.
Yeah,
I would
that's
never
crazy.
do that.
Yeah.
I would never put my PII. I would never do that.
He put top secret government information in it.
In the AI engine.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like we don't know what the end goal is. We really don't know. I don't know what this afternoon is gonna be like.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, so we really don't know how this is gonna end. But in my opinion, just keep your antennas up on how you use AI.
Yeah.
Be careful how you put information into it because it's a learning model.
Yeah.
You're feeding a learning model. It's gonna learn things about you that you probably don't want it to know. And that may be detrimental. It may not be. I don't know.
Yeah.
But just be on the lookout.
Yeah, man. We're going to wrap it up there, everybody. It was a lot of great takes in this talk right here. Make sure y'all rewind it back. I'm going to put some timestamps on this one so y'all can go back and look at the sessions that y'all want to look at. You got any last words for the people, Brandon? Closing advice for anybody trying to break into the field or anything?
Yeah, no doubt. So all my people out there, if you're trying to get into the field of tech, stay resilient, stay curious, always keep learning. The field is nowhere, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be around for a while. And if you want to check me out, I'm on LinkedIn at Brandon S. in the Raleigh-Durham area. If you have any questions or if you want any tips or tidbits about the field, just hit me up in my DM. I'm more than willing to help anyone that I can. I'm all about service. And I want to thank Tavis for having me on to the pod. And all you people out there that need help, just hit me up. Brandon S. on LinkedIn, Raleigh-Durham area.
All right. And yeah, again, this is Tavis with Byte-Sized Balance. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all click the link in the bio if y'all want to need a resume written or consulting services on how to further your career. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, TAVV.__ Byte-Sized Balance on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I'm everywhere. X, Twitter. Make sure y'all follow me on those platforms. Y'all stay up to date on the information that I put out. And I appreciate y'all watching. I got another cybersecurity professional coming on shortly after this, Dr. Nate Butler. Y'all be on the lookout for that episode as well. And we out.
Peace.